Assalamualaikum guys, it's me Global 216, and today I'm going to do a video that I get a lot of questions about being in an interfaith being in an interfaith relationship, or so like I'm Muslim and he's
Me?
Go tell them what you are.
I'm just me. Sometimes I'm thinking about what Buddha say, and if I can understand that, then that's a good word. I'm just that kind of guy.
Yeah.
My dad's side is Catholic.
Dad's side is Catholic, mom's side is Buddhist. So, but yeah. So that is and for me, my mom is Muslim, my dad is not Muslim. So, but I'm Muslim. Yeah. So, so we get asked many questions about, me being Muslim, because it's very unheard of to be both Muslim people, non-Muslim people alike, of being a Muslim woman and a non-Muslim guy. So I get many questions being asked by both male and female people alike, both non-Muslim and Muslim people. So so we're just going to answer them together, so you guys can have an understanding of what we these are just some questions that commonly get asked to me, so I decided to answer them.
This is just a little disclaimer for this video. This video is probably going to make a lot of people mad. So if you're easily angry and you cannot open your mind right now, then just close this video, because we're just going to be speaking how we feel. And if you take it personally and get mad and go in my comments and be a little whatever, you're gonna get that automatic block, okay? I don't have time for negativity, especially if you're gonna do death threats or something. I don't know. So
death threats. Wow.
Yeah, so.
It's Korea.
Yeah,
what are you talking about? I'm Korean.
Yeah, so.
I can be like, what are you talking about? I'm Korean.
Okay, first one is did you ever think you would marry a non-Muslim guy / a Muslim woman? Did you ever think this would happen?
You mean, did I think about, are we gonna marry with a Muslim?
Have you ever thought about it? Have you ever thought about it before?
No. No.
Did you ever think that would happen? You never thought it would happen?
Yeah, actually, I didn't know what is Muslim and what is Islam and what is like. Yeah. Because I never seen the Muslim in Korea before. In Korean Muslim. So that's why I never think about it.
Why is I'm texting you? How's that even possible?
Yeah, I just
I'm right here.
Yeah, I'm just turn on the Wi-Fi. It's you.
I know, I see.
There's a picture of you.
It's me.
Yeah. She always tells me.
Okay. Yeah, so what were you saying now? What were you saying now?
I never think about it. Yeah.
Well, for me, actually I did. Actually, I thought about it. I even told my mom, I was like, I'm not marrying a Muslim guy, but she didn't believe me. But there's just many things. That's just for a whole nother video. But I just felt like the way I am and the way, some Muslim men are, I feel like it wouldn't go together very well or mesh very well. So I was like, And then the Muslim community where I was from is pretty smallish, so it was either those people there, and I was just like, I didn't want to marry any of those guys there, so I was like, I don't know. I didn't know. So that
my head is so small, like this.
you want me to go back?
Yeah, like you be like this too, okay? Yeah, I was thinking about the whole time. Maybe they're gonna say like, why your head is so big? Is Korean's head is small like that?
No. My head is big though.
I think your head is smaller than Korean people.
Okay, next one.
Yeah.
That people ask me this. Why did you marry him, even though not this one yet. Like
Why did you?
yeah, why did you marry him? Even though Islamically it's not allowed. So I get asked that a lot. And I just said like, well, I mean, you can't help who you fall in love with. And so I thought he was really like soulmate, we really get mesh well together.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was obviously, who's gonna pass that up, and just and just because somebody's Muslim doesn't mean we're going to stay married. People are like they think, oh, this marriage is not going to last long and blah blah blah, but it's just like I've known people who are both Muslim and it doesn't last long either. So really religion doesn't matter if it's going to last long or not, doesn't matter. But he treats me right, he respects me, of course I would still marry him. Like there's that guy he could be Muslim and he could be really not good guy. So the fact that he's not Muslim didn't really, I mean, obviously it didn't bother me. So that's why I married him. Even though I knew it wasn't allowed, I still did it because I didn't see, I grew up in an interfaith household, so it's nothing really that unusual to me. Another one, how did you feel?
Me?
Yeah, knowing that it's not allowed
It's not allowed
to
to marry with
non-Muslim.
non-Muslim guy.
Yeah. How did you feel when you heard?
I was frustrated.
Mm.
When I ask you, you say it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
for
okay.
me.
Yeah, you say it's
for
okay
me.
for you. So I didn't worry that much. Yeah, because you have a right to choose
Yeah.
your happiness. I think it's if you have to choose just a Muslim guy, even you have someone who love, then that will be so cruel. Yeah. So yeah.
I kind of feel the same way too. Why do I have to be just a Muslim guy?
I love you too.
Oh. This video is gonna make us so cheesy. So cheese bread.
Yeah, you guys can leave right now.
Okay. Another question that I get asked is he ever going to convert to Muslim?
Convert?
Become Muslim? Are you ever gonna
become?
Are you ever gonna
Think about it.
become Muslim? Yeah.
For you?
Yeah.
I mean,
Or ever, not just for me, just for like in
no,
general.
because as I told you, like it was the first question, maybe. I didn't know. I didn't even think about what it's like, what Islam like, or Muslims like. And I only heard about just some terror, ISIS. Yeah, that was all to me in Korea. So. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, I think that people would say, "Oh, why don't you just make him do like the little fake conversion thing that some people do, and I don't think that's right.
Fake.
Yeah.
Really?
They do those things just in front, just for show. But the guy's not really Muslim, you know. They just make him say the words and like just so that it can be okay for them to get married. But he's not like really Muslim, and I think that's not right because I mean you can fool people, but you can't fool God, you know. And it's just like, why would I do that just for people? I'm not gonna lie to everybody. What kind of marriage is that? I'm not gonna.
What's the meaning of that?
Yeah, there's no point in that. That's just disrespectful to not only, you know, our relationship, but also to God, you know? You're just gonna blatantly lie to God's face like that and just be okay with that. I mean, I know some people don't have a choice. They kind of feel like they have to do that, you know? But if you do have a choice, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't. It's just too much lying for me, you know, and then he has to live a lie, and that just wouldn't be okay with me to have my husband just living a lie in our relationship because he doesn't feel Muslim in his heart. He doesn't believe in it. So why would I make him say those words?
Right.
Yeah, so why would I make him say those words and stuff?
You're still pretty.
Thank you. But yeah. So that's how I feel about that issue. But I mean, you know, it's just I just feel like they're missing the whole entire point of that whole fake conversion thing. I just thought that's just doing too much. And to ask this question, is he gonna ever convert? If he's gonna convert, like, I mean, if he converts, you'll know. You don't have to ask. And if you don't know if he is or not, that means you don't know us well enough to ask that question. Or, you know? So that's kind of invasive question a little bit. But we're answering it now. Does the difference, you know, how did our parents take it?
Our parents.
Yeah.
Your parents and my parents.
Yeah,
right?
your parents first.
My parents was they didn't know until I told them. I just told my dad. My wife is a Muslim, and you know my dad. My dad's side is a Catholic, and he baptized. Yeah, but you know he also listened to all religion. He respect all religion, and he always trying to listen all good things about religion. So he was just accept right away. Yeah, what's the problem like this? When I told him like yeah, okay, what's the problem like this? He was yeah.
I love him.
Yeah, he was just like yeah.
And your mom?
My mom? I don't know. My dad just told her later, so I didn't see her react. And after that, she didn't even spoken about it. So yeah, I think she didn't care that much because she's a Buddhist after all, and most of Buddhists are respect respect other religion and other people's thinking, and yeah, so
yeah, and your brother?
My brother?
Yeah.
I think he don't know yet.
I think he does know because we talked about it at like dinner and stuff before.
I think my brother don't care about it.
He doesn't care.
Yeah.
So that's his family reaction. They're really cool about it.
Yeah.
And my family now.
I don't know. Is that cool thing or just don't care about it? Especially my brothers. He used to say outside of the world except the blanket, it's dangerous. He used to say that.
But it's true. The best place is a bed.
Yeah. Someone's gonna feed you. Someone's have to feed you for that. If you wanna live like that.
Snuggle forever, spooning forever.
Spooning? Okay, yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, spooning sounds good.
Okay, so how my mom reacted. My mom reacted. How can I say? She wasn't really for it. She was pretty much against it, but she basically was, um, you know, when we were dating, she was like, "Oh my gosh, you guys need to get married. You guys need to get married before you guys do haram things and blah blah blah." And and then when we're married, she's like, "He needs to become Muslim. He needs to become," and it was just like, she was pretty much against it, she say some things, hurtful thing, you know, and obviously I just brushed them aside because it's just like, it's not her life. It's not her life. It's my life. It's our life. Your opinion really doesn't, have a say. She was like, yeah, want us to have Islamic wedding, which I wanted to have as well, but as him being not Muslim, they wouldn't really marry us. So even though I wanted to, I couldn't. So, but she, I guess one of the hurtful things she said after I was married, and I was like, oh, joking around with her, I was like, oh, you're gonna give us a wedding gift or something, and she was like, well, technically to me, you guys aren't married, so, and I was like, okay, well, we are, so, I mean, that's on you, I guess. I think she just wants to not give me a wedding gift. that's one way to get out of it. Like, oh, you got a wedding gift? Yeah, well, technically, to me,
You guys are not married.
Yeah, to me, you're not married, so I'm not giving you a wedding gift. Good luck with that.
Wow.
I should pull that when I don't want to give a wedding gift, maybe. And I was like, well, technically, I'm in a Korea, so you're not legally married here, just in America. So, I mean, I don't gotta give you a wedding gift.
We should move to America soon, so we can get a gift, wedding gift, right? Yeah, because eventually we have to buy all things like what is it?
Yeah, we have
something
to
like
buy
furnitures.
Yeah. But yeah, so she was against it. Like, surprisingly, in my family, it was more against it than his family, as to be expected. But yeah. So, but everybody else was like, whatever. I guess her and my other brother, would be more so against it than me. And
and your sister.
yeah, my sister, she was for us. She was good. And my other brother, he was good.
Oh, and she didn't marry with Muslim too.
Yeah, my sister didn't marry a Muslim guy either. But she's not Muslim, so.
Oh,
Does the difference in religion take a toll on a relationship? Like, do we fight a lot about religion and stuff?
do we?
No.
No,
We don't.
Yeah, we never fought because of religion thing.
Yeah. Because
Never
we
once,
discussed it
Mm.
very fully.
Mm.
We discussed it before we got married very fully, because obviously I was worried about that. But we discussed it, and when it comes to religious things, we tried to be more civil and discuss it properly, and not,
Not
because
just move on.
yeah, discuss it in a way that we can both, there's a balance where both of us are happy and nobody's uncomfortable. So yeah, but and then, like, he's very, very, subhanallah, he's very accepting of it's like being Muslim, me being Muslim, he, you know, takes me to masjid, he gets me halal food, he gets me, you know, non-pork thing, and his family too. They always get non-pork stuff, and they get me non-alcoholic things when we go out. They make sure they don't have alcoholic things. They're like really accepting and open, and you know, and I try to, you know, the same way, make him feel like comfortable too.
And I'm so glad you just you okay with I'm eating pork or just drink some beer sometimes. Yeah, I'm so glad you just you're okay with that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, my dad drank, and I mean, it was not. I've been. I guess I'm different than most other
Muslims.
Yeah.
That means the other Muslims usually
they're probably maybe both of their parents are Muslim, and
so
they're
and their husband is also Muslim usually, right?
Yeah.
So they don't drink and they don't eat pork.
Yeah. I mean, also before, if they're not married, you know, their dads are probably Muslim, so it's like they're not used to it. But I'm used to it. Since most of my family's not Muslim, it's just me and my mom, and my brother that's Muslim. You know, Islamically it says, you know, to you yourself, and to me myself, and you know, so I try to keep that vibe going on. We both respect each other, and that's what relationships are about. Respecting each other. He respects my beliefs and my religion, and I respect him.
Yeah, and I also sometimes I ask about it.
Yeah. He wants to know. He learns about. We teach each other's. He comes to, you know, Islamic things. Comes to the masjid too as well.
Because I know there's always good things about all religions. Yeah, and there's a reason. Some creed, there's the why they exist. Yeah, so I'm interested sometimes. Yeah, I'm interested why they exist, and yeah, good to learn.
Yeah, and I celebrate the holidays with his family, like, you know, Buddhist holidays and stuff like that.
Right.
So I mean, I also want to learn a lot about his, you know. I love. Oh, cabinet is falling. Cabinet is falling.
No, it's going to stay there. I push a little bit.
We're gonna get crushed on video.
No. It will be murder scene. after maybe 4 months later or 6 months later, how soon are we gonna come because we're not paying, and she's gonna find our bodies
smushed. In this couple position. Oh,
yeah.
That's so cute.
Yeah, but I rather choose spooning.
True. Okay, so yeah, that respect that we have for each other and the boundaries that we have for each other. I don't force him to do anything he doesn't want me to do. He doesn't want to do, and he doesn't force me to do things I don't want to do, which is great. Like, he doesn't be like, oh, you know, eat this or drink this or do this that you don't want to do. That's a big part of a relationship, and you know, respecting your partner's comfortability and knowing their limit and respecting that. And you know, because what's a relationship if somebody's not comfortable doing something they don't want to do?
Right. Of course.
And that leads us to the last question: how will we raise our kids?
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that the last? Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
How will we raise our kids? It ties into the first one. I want my kids to be happy. He's fine with raising them Muslim.
You can teach them what it's like, what Islam likes, like.
That's what teaching them, like, basically raising them, like, I want them to know all religions, because that's what I had growing up. I learned about many religions, different faiths, because my family was many of those. You know, and I went to a Jewish school, I went to a Christian school, I went to an Islamic school. So I learned about many different religions, and I feel like that helped me choose Islam for myself and made me very strong in my faith that I am now. So I think, like, you know, him being Muslim doesn't mean our kids are gonna stay Muslim. You know, some people are like, oh, your kids are gonna be very confused and blah blah blah. But you can be very confused. I wasn't confused, and I came from interfaith household. His parents are two different religions. Are you confused?
No, because you know, actually, I was baptized when I was a baby too.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm Andrea.
Mhm.
Andrea, and I used to went to Songdang and when I was a kid, but somehow I stopped to going there because I want to play more in Sunday. I want to play the game because when I was a kid, computer begins to, you know, come all the houses. You know, when I was a kid, so it was too busy to play games. Like, yeah. So anyway, yeah. And my dad interest in Buddhism.
Mhm.
Yeah, he always trying to listen and studying about Buddhism and what Buddha says like that. And yeah, I always, you know, my dad always trying to say about it. Yeah, so I'm not confused because you know, we can think,
Yeah.
what is wrong, what is right, even when we are a kid. Yeah.
Yeah. Our kids are not gonna be confused. They're not gonna be like, oh, am I Muslim or am I, well, you know? They're not, because I hope they're not.
Yeah, I mean, if we not forced to do that.
Yeah,
to
I'm
our
not
kids,
gonna
yeah.
force them to do anything.
Yeah.
I want they can figure things out for themselves, because at the end of the day, our kids are not going to, just because if he was Muslim, then doesn't mean they're gonna stay Muslim. You know, there's many people whose both parents are Muslim and they're not Muslim anymore. So, or they're not Christian anymore, and you know, so having both parents of the same religion doesn't mean you're going to stay that religion. You know, because we all grow up and we all have our own thoughts and we go into our own different directions, and to be mad or disappointed that your kid is not following the path that you wanted them to follow, that's just that's not right. I think that's not right. It's wrong. You know, your kids, you should let your kid, I think, you know, if my kid is Muslim, good. If my kid's not Muslim, good. As long as they're happy and healthy and know how to treat people well. Treat people well with kindness, treat themselves well.
Yeah. I mean, all we can do is like we can show them what it's like, you know. We can show the way and path, like and they will gonna choose themselves on their own will.
Yeah. It's just, I mean,
It smells good.
okay, so I was saying, okay, so like I was saying, I want our kids to be, because obviously I'm going to be Muslim and we're going to celebrate Muslim holidays and do, you know, Muslim things in the house. So basically they're going to have a Muslim background and they're going to know about Islam, but I also want them to learn about his side too. So I want them to know about both sides, because I feel like that's their right. You know, I think knowledge kills ignorance and hatred, because ignorance breeds hate. And, you know, so the more knowledge our kids have of other people, belief and stuff, the less ignorant and the less hatred they would have for people.
Yeah, I want them to experience many things.
Yeah.
Yeah, many people. Yeah, and many situations too. Yeah.
Yeah. Like for me, like I said, I've been around many different beliefs, And that, like I said, that helped me very much in being the person that I am today. And I'm pretty proud of the person that I am today. And I would like for my kids to have the same thing. So, you know,
And there are lots of things I want to teach to our kids, except the religions. You know, I want to teach them karate. Karate.
figure skating for me.
I want to let them what they doing, what they want to do.
Yeah,
I mean, except the I don't want them make the spoiled. Yeah, of course I will gonna take care of them, but I will not gonna be like a helicopter parent. Yeah.
Yeah, or strict parent, you know. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh, you have to wear hijab, or you have to wear your thobe or whatever, you know. That's I want it to be their choice, because I chose when I wanted to wear hijab, and I chose to take it off. It, like,
I don't want people to say just because of their family that makes them any less of what they choose to be. If they choose to be Muslim, I don't want to hear them say, oh, so-and-so said I'm not Muslim enough and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, if you consider yourself that and you're not doing anything wrong, then you go ahead and say, you're Muslim. You believe you're Muslim and you try your best, then go ahead and say you're Muslim. Because that's what, that's what I do. Maybe some people be like, oh, you're not Muslim, or you're not a good Muslim. But it's just like, I'm Muslim at the end of the day, whether you like it or not. I'm Muslim, alhamdulillah. And, I mean, people be like, they just look at the outside, and like, maybe because I decided to marry somebody who's not Muslim, they just judge very quickly and think, oh, she's not. Yeah. That's why.
I mean, I'm gonna teach them about Buddhism too, also. Yeah. And I'm gonna teach them about Catholic too. Yeah, if I can. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I wanna teach them based on outside world also, because I think religion is also good when it based on outside world, because when it applied to outside world, I mean actual life, if you apply good things about religion, it becomes, I mean, it's very help when you spend the dark times.
Yes.
When you take a hard time, yeah, it's very. Sometimes it makes you comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it helps you make it through.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hard times.
No, like seriously, if I wasn't Muslim, I've been through some pretty difficult times, and if I wasn't Muslim, I don't know what I would, like that helped me heal. For other people, they may heal differently, but for me, that helped me heal, and help me get through things.
Maybe you could just never meet me if you are not Muslim, because yeah, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, because if I wasn't Muslim, I wouldn't run away.
Yeah. Yeah, you can just chill in your house and
right.
Oh yeah, this beer's so good. Yeah, bring me some more beer.
Yeah, but so that concludes this video. I don't want to make it too long. It's already 40 minutes long. Oh my gosh.
What?
It's 40 minutes. It is 40 minutes long. Oh my
Really?
gosh. Yeah, so I don't want to make this video any more longer. I'm going to edit it smaller, much smaller. So maybe split it in 2 parts. But so that is, and if you guys have any questions, go to follow my Instagram or send it to my Tumblr. Sometimes on my Instagram I make the little question box thing, and I'm like, you guys have any questions, because we're gonna make a video. So if you want to type in your question there, just go to my Instagram, and inshallah I'll make some more videos with my husband here. I can follow, subscribe, or whatever. I'm definitely going to be using this video to send to people when they ask me any of these questions in this video. I'm just going to be like, hey, here you go to this timestamp. Have a nice day. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Sorry.